Good afternoon, everyone. Day 2 of my peace and quiet walks. Although I say peace and quiet, I do get lots of peace and quiet now. So today I wanted to talk to you all about motherhood without the manual. I think some of you will grasp what I'm saying on that one. It's very close to my heart with the fact that I don't have a manual, and none of us really should have a manual. We should just be in the moment, learning as we go. Obviously, the life that we've chose is to some unorthodox, to some very strange, not having a permanent home and learning on the go. But you know what? Dylan absolutely thrives in that environment. He's currently off with 2 friends that he's made here, playing in the park, learning new cultures. As one of them, I think, is from Poland. So he's learning about their cultures. And he'll come back and he'll tell us all about what he's learned and, oh, can we try this food or can we try that? I think we've all got this stigma around the grades and, of how they have to actually be. And they don't need to be anything. They can just be in the moment. They're souls. They're beautiful souls. Each and every one of our children is. And they've chosen their own way and their own path. And Dylan is an absolutely wonderful soul, full of energy, full of light, full of laughs. We laugh on a consistent basis. He comes out with some very random things and comes out with some really incredible logical things as well, and lots of questions and lots of moments in time. So we don't follow a manual, we don't follow a curriculum. We let him learn in the moment. We let him choose what his interest is. And he's very, very, very good at doing that. He loves his maths, so anything mathematical is absolutely thriving for him. And he loves the outdoors. He loves being outdoors and exploring. And we learn through that, obviously, where we plan our trips and do different things. He does that with us. So he thoroughly enjoys it. I think, sorry, I've just got a big group of doggies up there. Just have a look behind me. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Just quiet, serene. Absolutely stunning. I think the decision to take Dylan out of school wasn't an easy one to begin with. I did a lot of research into it. I questioned myself a huge amount whether I would be able to cope with it. The fact of the constant 24/7 with your child, no breaks. Obviously, some as you know, my family doesn't live in the UK, and Nathan's family doesn't live near us, so we don't really get a break. But do you know what we actually do? We spend more time together as a family. We spend more time doing things like this apart, which does give us that space and it gives us that breathing room. For instance, this afternoon, Nathan's taken Dylan swimming for him. I wasn't feeling that great today. I'm a little bit tired, exhausted. I think the heat's done me. I'm not used to it now, considering I grew up in Tenerife. But yeah, I'm definitely not used to it. It's a different humidity here. So I just said, can you take him swimming and go and meet his friend that he's met, and his girlfriend that he's met now. So Nathan went off and did that for me, and I just sat at home and watched a repeat on maths. Yes, mind numbing, but sometimes you just need to just switch off and just do something for yourself and breathe. So as I was saying, we stepped into this unknown. We did do research, we did everything, and I started off with all the books and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and then we just kind of sat back and thought, why? He didn't thrive in that environment. He didn't know where he fitted. And I didn't want to put him in a box, because he doesn't need to be in a box. He is a free soul, a free thinker, and he should have the options to choose what he wants to do, what he wants to learn about, and how he wants to learn it. So I think there's obviously still some stigma around home education, world schooling, and motherhood in general. But I didn't want him to be stuck. And the fact is that he teaches us so much. He's constantly like a little bumblebee buzzing around, learning something new, telling us about something new. And that is just a wonderful feeling, when you sit down with your child and they're actually teaching you something and you're thinking, hold on a minute. But that happens on a daily occurrence. He'll watch something, he'll delve into it, he'll learn all about it, and then he'll come and tell me and go, oh, can we try this, or can we do this? His latest one was the crystal candies, and then we learned about the science behind that and everything else. And he absolutely thrived and loved doing it, and obviously got sweets at the end of it, so that was a bonus. But I think the point is that there is no guide. Nobody ever has a guide. It is just a finding your rhythm and finding what works for you as a family, finding out what their interests are, what they really thrive at, and what they excel at, and just letting them do that and letting them go with the flow, and there not being any rush, any manual, any guide to it. Just enjoying each day as it comes. I couldn't be prouder of the young man he's becoming. I am just a glowing mum at the minute. It's been such a nice change of pace of just getting up and, right, you want to do this today? Let's just go and do it. Let's go and explore. Let's go and explore this beautiful forest and have a walk through and make a den. And, he loves building, and that's something that he excels at as well. So we've just literally tapped into what he is good at, what he enjoys and what he thrives at, and let him go with that. He doesn't enjoy bookwork. It doesn't give